Guys, welcome to another episode of The Pulse. Every week, people who are doing cool things, they've got great careers, but even better than that, they've got great personalities and stories to share. And our guest today, of course, fits into that category. And I've been singing at least one of her songs all day. Shanice, the Shanice, Michelle Obama now, all kinds of things, joins us on The Pulse. How are you?
I'm great, and I'm so honored to be a part of your show today.
You're moving all over. You were just in Philly.
And I'll be back in Philly. So for the show, we're here rehearsing for our run. We're going to be in Philly on October 30th.
So let's just start there. This is kind of a cool role, right? Playing Michelle Obama.
I'm having the time of my life. And when they asked me to do it, to play Michelle Obama, I was honored. You know, it was an honor to do it. But I was so nervous because she's such an amazing woman. And, you know, I look up to her and I'm like, can I really pull this off?
I'm tired of Barry from Hawaii. I need Barack from Chicago South Side.
We've been getting great reviews, and we did New York, we did Chicago, we've done LA, and now we'll be in Philly. So I'm really excited. I'm from Pennsylvania, I'm from Pittsburgh. So, you know, I'll be in my home state.
But it's interesting you say that it can be a little nerve-wracking. Kind of expand on that, because this is a powerful person that
Yes.
you're now bringing to the stage.
You know, in the beginning, when they first asked me to do it, you know, I felt like, oh my gosh, do I have to imitate her? Do I have to walk like her, talk like her? And then I said, you know what, I'm going to take that pressure off myself. And I just want to play a woman who is strong, who supports her husband, who's a great mother. I was mentally freaking myself out because I'm like, I need to be her. I need to walk like her, talk like her, look like her, you know. And I took that pressure off of me. And once I did that, it worked. And I've had people after the show saying, oh my gosh, I really thought Michelle Obama was standing on that stage. And I'm like, really? Oh my gosh. I've done a lot of things. I've done Broadway. I was Eponine in Les Miserables.
Mm-hmm.
I've done a lot of things in my career, but this is definitely one of the best, one of the highlights for me. I'm having so much fun. And I feel like it's needed right now because of where we are and what's going on in the world, all the chaos. And there's a lot of comedy. I don't know if you know that, but there's a lot great singing, dancing. There's drama, but there's also comedy. And I feel like right now we need, something to kind of uplift our spirits, to make us laugh and just have a good time.
Have they seen it yet? First Lady, former First Lady and
They
President.
haven't seen it, but a lot of people, a lot of their friends and just a lot of people that know them have seen it. So
Okay.
they've heard about it. We just got to get them there.
Right? I feel like that's going to be such a moment just because of who I imagine they are as people. When they get a chance
and I think
to see it.
the songs are so catchy. I guarantee you, once they see it, they're going to be singing those songs in their heads because the songs are so catchy.
So it's 44 Live. October 30th, 29th actually is the first day coming into Philly. The Susan Roberts Theater. Obviously, you're playing Michelle Obama. A few days, but people need to get those tickets because it's not a lot of days.
Get your tickets now. I heard they're selling, so get it now before we sell out.
Let's backpedal a little bit because your background, how did you get into this? So many people know you, I guess, originally from some of your music, and then it's been a journey, but you got into entertainment really young.
Yeah, I started singing melodies when I was 7 months. My mom is a singer. I come from a musical family, and my dad used to play guitar to my mom's stomach. So when I came out, after when she gave birth, I was 7 months singing "Tell Me Something Good" by Shaka Khan. I couldn't talk, but I could sing the melodies. And so at the age of 3, my mom put me on stage with her for the first time. I fell in love with it. And at the age of 8 years old, we got on a Greyhound bus and moved from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to California because my mom wanted to, pursue her music, her singing. When we got to California, I told them, I said, I want to sing too. Don't leave me out. I want to sing. And they got me an agent, a commercial agent. I went on my first audition and I booked it, and it was to scat with Ella Fitzgerald. I did a commercial with Ella at 8 years old. I won on Star Search at 11. John McClain, who was at A&M Records at the time, he's now over Michael Jackson's estate. He heard me singing at 11 years old and signed me to A&M Records when I was 11 years old.
Wow.
So I got my deal at 11. My first album came out at 14 because it was so hard to find songs for an 11-year-old. A lot of the songs were, too mature. It was hard. So I didn't come out till I was 14 years old. And that was before I Love Your Smile. So I had an album called Discovery on A&M Records a few years before I Love Your Smile came out.
You're too young to sing certain songs at 11, but 14, let's go ahead and go with
14,
it.
we finally got it right. My voice started to change. Tina Marie was a part of that album that I did when I was 11. So my first producer I worked with in the studio was Tina.
Wow.
Tina Marie.
Was it I Love Your Smile when you realized I'm doing this now, or did you feel that beforehand?
You know what? I felt that when I put out my first album when I was 14, because I think one of Can You Dance, we went #1, I think, on the R&B chart. And I got to travel the world when I was 14. I was in Japan and Europe, and I kind of felt like, wow, this is really like my dreams are really coming true right now. But when I Love Your Smile hit, that's when I was like, wow, like blown away, just super excited. Grammy nominated. I've always wanted to be win a Grammy, and so it was a really fun time for me.
But still really young for that level of success. What was that like?
I gotta say, I love my family. I have an amazing family. So, my grandmother was my tour manager. My mom was my aunt. Like, I had family around me the whole time. And so I had, a good support system. I've never been around like drugs and I've never had negativity around me. Everything's always been like positive, and we just had so much fun. So I didn't feel like it was work. I felt like I was just, I always wanted to do it, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So you had the appropriate support staff, family group in place.
My family was very protective. So I was protected.
Coming up, she's married to actor Flex Alexander, and their life was really public on their own show. But it wasn't always just smiles.
Meeting Flex was definitely a fairy tale for me, but my life, I've had my ups and downs.
We had your husband on with us when they were touring with New Jack City. And he tells this story about you guys and this fairy tale and finding out we were friends and then we were soulmates. Do you ever feel that? Like you're living this fairy tale?
Meeting Flex was definitely a fairy tale for me, but my life, I've had my ups and downs, in life, even in our marriage, we had everything, we lost everything, we built it back up, so I know what it's like to feel pain and to go through some things,
Yeah. Well, and you guys did
my
that.
career I've had in the industry, I won I had the Grammy nominations and all that. And then there was a period where things kind of, slowed down for a minute. And then things, started picking back up. So I've had my ups and downs.
But when you were doing the ups and downs, you did it very publicly. You guys had a reality show where people were experiencing all of those ups and downs.
Yes.
That seems like a lot. And even now you go, yes.
The show was actually my idea. I love reality TV. My husband did not want to do it. He's like, no, I'm an actor. People are not going to take me serious again as an actor. They're going to just think I'm a reality star and that's it. And then when we kind of lost everything, my husband said, you know what, I think now we have a story to tell. I think we should do it. And in the beginning, I was very nervous about it because I said, people are going to judge me. They're going to laugh, make fun of us. And then after the show aired, I got so many emails and like DMs from people saying, thank you for sharing that story because I'm going through the same thing right now. Even like people in the industry, was reaching out to me saying, I'm dealing with this same exact thing. Thank you so much. Sometimes we go through things so that we can help others.
One of the things I enjoy about this show is talking to people like yourself and getting a chance to have a little bit more time with them. Is I do feel like it lets people understand that, you know, you see the glory but don't always know the story, as a mentor of mine used to say all the time. And so when I watch reality TV shows, even like yours, I'm going, wow, like why? But then when you talk about it, it really does impact people's lives. That has to feel good.
Yeah, that felt really good.
Okay, so no regrets living such a public life.
No, I'm an open book. I have nothing to hide.
Coming up, even after all of these years, she's still just enjoying the journey.
I was at the dentist one time, and I Love Your Smile was playing in the dentist's office, and I was like, that's me.
I'm not your queen, I'm Michelle. When they go low, we go high. Straight out of Hawaii and Chicago South Side. First there was Martha, Eleanor, Jackie, and Hillary. But there ain't never been another first lady quite like me.
So we've got the 44 Live. Okay, that's what you're working on. You've continued to make music.
I'm actually about to start working on new music. I know this might be too early to talk about it publicly, but I'm about to do some songs with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Okay.
I'm excited about that. And so next year I'm definitely putting out a whole album for sure.
So you still love this? You still like the music, the performing, the whole nine?
I love it. It doesn't, for some reason, it doesn't, it never gets old. Like even when I Love Your Smile comes on the radio, I'm like, oh my gosh. Chris Brown did Undecided. I was like, it's all still very exciting to me. I walk into a mall and I Love Your Smile is playing in the mall. Or I'm like, I was at the dentist one time and I Love Your Smile was playing in the dentist's office. And I was like, that's me. So
even with this level of success, it still makes you that kind of happy when the songs come on.
Yes, I still get excited.
Turning and I guess a little bit more serious, you're also an advocate. You talk about mental health. You talk about trying to keep people positive and informed and helping people through different situations. But you went through a medical situation yourself. It's been several months now when you were dealing with breast cancer. And we have actually a coworker right now here who just had the surgery. And is recovering and coming back. And it was very important to her to talk about it publicly. Was that something else that you felt like, I'm going to go ahead and let people see that these are things we can overcome?
Yes. I posted something on my Instagram and kind of told my story. And thank God I made it through.
Yeah.
It's important for everyone to get their mammograms and their, ultrasounds, and I'm so thankful I went to the doctor when I did because I caught it really early, and thank God, I'm good.
We talked a little bit about your role as Michelle Obama. Give us the overview of what we're going to see when 44 Live makes its way to Philadelphia.
Michelle and Barack, we never get to see like them as a couple, like their like love story. We were playing the more human side, like you see the more romantic side, and you're gonna hear some great, when I tell you great singing in this show, catchy songs. You're gonna go home singing the songs in your, it's gonna be in your head. The show makes you want to laugh, it makes you want to cry, it makes you want to dance, it makes you want to sing. It's so good. And our cast, like everybody, we have a Mitch McConnell character, we have a Sarah Palin, we have some funny characters. We have Joe Biden, of course we have Barack, we have Hillary Clinton, and it's so funny.
It feels like your whole energy is loving this, loving singing, loving playing the roles, appreciating the opportunities. And I talked about Fairy Tale, and obviously we've touched on the fact that there are ups and downs, but you just seem like somebody who is the, in quotes, living my best life person.
No, I am. I am living my best life. And to be a part of a cast where everyone loves each other, everyone gets along, we all support each other, and it's just been great. I started in theater. I want to say this. I forgot to mention this. When I was 8 years old, when I first moved to California, I used to go to this school called Inner City.
Okay.
And it was like a school for the arts. So I used to learn dancing, singing, acting, all of it. And Chip Fields was Kim Fields' mom. She taught me how to act. So she put me in a stage play when I was like 8 or 9 years old with Kim Fields, Malcolm Jamal Warner. I mean, this was before the Cosby Show, before all of that. And so to be back on stage doing theater again, it's just great because that's kind of where I started.
Next on The Pulse, what Shanice thinks about me and probably you using her song to tell our social media stories.
This place doesn't make a man, it reveals who you already are. Go on and make the world change.
You mentioned very casually, and I just kind of brought it up, talking about your role on Broadway in Les Mis. Even then, you were making history, though, right? Because you were the first.
Yeah, because prior to me joining the show, I was the first African American to play Eponine in Les Miserables. So yeah.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool.
Making history. You started touching on it, but why community, charity, advocacy is so important to you?
People need to know that they're not alone, and that, whatever you're going through, whether it be cancer or whether it be, being homeless, or, when you hear that, oh yeah, I've gone through the same thing and let's help each other, we can get a lot further by speaking publicly about things because, it might save someone's life. So I think it's important to get out and reach the people and let them know that you're not alone.
The theme of the show is use your voice for good. We ask everybody to end with, what does the concept of use your voice for good mean to you?
I've always tried to use my voice for good through my music. That's why I'm always careful about what I sing about, because I know people are listening, and I like to uplift people's spirits because somebody could be going through depression or something like that. And I've had people tell me, I was super depressed and I put on I Love Your Smile, and that just uplifted my spirits. So that's how I like to use my voice for good, it's through my music.
We thank you for that. Fun fact, I have a about to be 2-year-old niece. Took her shopping this weekend and posted on social media today to I Love Your Smile, because that's how I wanted to start my day in posting it, because it did exactly what you just said. Just made you smile, made you happy, and hopefully did that to other people who got a chance to see it. So thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Guys, thanks so much for watching this episode of The Pulse with Bill Anderson. Today with Shanice. She was just fun. You know. So, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I can't sing, but I will even try to sing that song. She was fun, great personality, everything that you would expect, even in sharing some of the challenges that she has faced. So I hope you enjoyed. Remember, you can listen to the entire podcast, all places where podcasts are available, unedited, the longer version of this interview, and download the Fox Local app, now available also on your phones, so you can watch all of our shows on demand right at your fingertips. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I leave you as I always do, reminding you whenever you can, use your voice for good, and have a good one.